The holiday lights were too bright for January, too cheerful, too artificial. The warmth of the room clashed with the heaviness in my chest as she stepped back from me, as if I carried some invisible contagion. Her sequined gown reflected the red and gold bulbs as she pushed my hands away and snapped, not softly, "Don't touch me." The music played on. No one stopped. Only I froze. Around us, colleagues glanced over. Some curious, some pretending nothing happened. She moved away, acting as if I'd ruined everything. A gentle hand rested on my shoulder, light and hesitant. Jason, the coworker with calm eyes and a voice like soft velvet. "Tough night?" he asked. I forced a smile that felt foreign on my face. Too serene for the way my lungs felt like they might cave in. "No," I murmured. "This is the last one." He didn't understand. Most never do until it's over. I watched her, laughing too easily, leaning too close to the man she insisted was just a friend. The same man whose messages now lit her phone every morning. The one who always reached out first. Something inside me stilled. Not broken. Not shattered. Just still. And in that stillness I realized something. This wasn't a bad night, it was clarity. By morning I would be gone. All that would remain was the note she'd pretend she never saw coming. I didn't follow her through the party. I didn't need to. I observed from the edges, the forgotten corners. She didn't look for me. She didn't even think to. Her smile widened when he joked. Her hand brushed his arm with a familiarity that wasn't meant for colleagues. Her body leaned toward him instinctively, the kind of lean shaped by repetition, not accident. She didn't notice me. She never does, not anymore. Funny how marriages don't shatter. They just slip quietly, like a coat sliding off a chair. Weeks earlier I had ignored the signs. The sudden secrecy around her phone, the late nights at work, the laughter she reserved for someone else. I told myself it was temporary, that distance was fatigue, stress, overwhelm. But bodies speak the truth, and hers had stopped turning toward me, stopped softening when I spoke, stopped reaching for me, stopped existing in my world. The night she flinched at my touch, I felt it, but I didn't react. Shock makes silence feel like a strategy. I let her live her lie a little longer, thinking she believed I was blind. I had already carved the shape of truth in my mind, every small betrayal mapping it out. I just needed proof. Cold, undeniable, unavoidable proof. I started with her phone. Not hacking, not breaking in, just observing. Patterns emerge when people feel secure. He messaged her at 11:23 p.m. Her screen lit while she slept beside me, face turned away. I memorized his number. 2 days later I checked the shared cloud. She had disabled autosync. Another day, I found a dinner receipt tucked in her coat, a restaurant she once dreamed of visiting, with me. Apparently, someday had arrived. Just not with me. Still I waited. Rushing the truth only distorts it. I hired a private investigator. Not for drama, but for professional, unemotional confirmation. While the world spun normally, I existed suspended, pretending to sleep, drinking coffee that tasted of resignation. Every day she grew warmer with him and colder with me, and I became quieter, sharper, more certain. The investigator called at 3:14 p.m. His voice carried the weight of unwelcome news. "It's confirmed," he said. I didn't respond. Silence is the only acknowledgement some truths deserve. Dates, locations, timestamps, everything aligned. I thanked him politely, as if he'd confirmed the weather. Inside something shifted. Not anger, not heartbreak, but detachment. A calm version of myself I had been waiting to meet. The report arrived neatly in an envelope. I placed it on the kitchen table beside the mug she used every morning. She entered, humming, phone in hand. Her humming faltered when she saw the envelope. Her breath caught. Pupils constricted. Her throat tightened. She whispered my name like a question. I didn't answer. Her hands shook, her eyes filled, but for herself, not me. "I can explain," she started. I stopped her with a single sentence. "I already know." No theatrics, no accusation. Just truth laid between us like a knife she hadn't expected. She crumpled inward, crying, begging. I remained still. Emotion had become a currency I no longer spent on her. I didn't yell. I didn't recount her lies. I slid the envelope toward her. "It's all yours," I said. She stared, bewildered. That would be the last thing I ever gave her. Hope collapsed into realization. "You're leaving," she whispered. "I already have," I said, walking past her calmly, as if she were just another room I had outgrown. Behind me, her sobs echoed, a painful, desperate sound. Consequences are not cruel. They are simply earned. I left before dawn. The sky was still dark, the kind of dark that feels honest. On the table beside the empty envelope, I left a single note. "You lost me long before you realized." I didn't wait for her to read it. Some endings don't explode. They fade. The cold morning air filled my lungs. For the first time in months I breathed. And as the city receded behind me, I understood something simple and final. I hadn't left her. I had returned to myself.